Any news from Jack? There's a statewide APB out on him.
Jack's okay. He has something up his sleeve. He's not worried about being caught.
So how do we help?
We go after the other side of the equation. Jack has a lesion and its cronies running scared. We go after the doctor and some of the other guys.
With the whole department breathing down our necks.
It's time for action, Herschel. It's time for change. Jack's crossed the Rubicon, and we have to be on the other side ready to help him.
Christ, what was that?
An explosion. Something big.
You think it's the Reds? You think those Rusky sons of bitches that dropped the H-bomb on us?
Calm down, Herschel. All right, we need to be ready for the call.
I'm not waiting for an invitation. Get in the car and head for the cloud. KGPL can give us the details on the way.
All units, 27 report.
All units, reports of an explosion. Location, alternative location is south of Santa Monica, and west of, stand by for further. All units, car 88K reports an explosion downtown. Repeating, 88 King is reporting an explosion downtown. All units, stand by for further.
Downtown? It can't be.
All units, explosion location is somewhere in Wilshire. Car 14 Adam reports the address. Units, stand by for further. Calling all cars. Assist the fire department. The explosion's at 4672 Oakwood Avenue. 4672 Oakwood Avenue. Multiple citizens injured. At Nicholson Electroplating plant. All units in the vicinity respond code 3 and identify.
You heard the man. Let's get going. 11K en route. Look at the sky, Cole. No screwing around. We need to be in the car when the call goes out over KGPL.
The explosion. Give me an address.
Oakwood Avenue, Detective. 4672 Oakwood Avenue. KGPL is jammed. They're saying it's a factory called Nicholson Electroplating. You'd better hurry.
We have looters around the corner. Cuff them or put them down. We need to get this area under control.
You don't shoot at cops, you little prick. Get that bastard, Cole. Now ain't the time to be looking for a profit, asshole. You sorry son of a bitch. Worlds turn upside down, Cole.
Then it's time for us to do our jobs.
A dozen other folks were stealing, mister, and you know it. That's all I'm saying. I didn't take nothing valuable. Actually, I was putting it back. You got no case. Leave me alone.
The commander will want us at the scene. Let's go.
Checking. No residential listing for anyone by that name, Detective. Sorry. You need to call Ray Pinker urgently. It's ringing now.
What, you didn't hear the boom? Let's get to the scene already. You know where we ought to be, Cole. Back to the explosion site. Come on. Pinker and Carruthers are on site. Let's see what they have to say about it. If anyone has a clue what happened, it's those guys. Let's see what else we can find. We should search around the edges of the crater, see what the blast tossed up. We got the owner here, right? Nicholson? He sure as hell needs to answer some questions. The fire department can sift the rubble. We can check out the coded addresses. Or we can try R&I for the laundry tag. Or maybe take a long shot in the egg cup. We have the mystery house or the laundry tag. What's it gonna be? Jesus, I'd never seen nothing like this.
I wish I could say the same. It's like a bomb's gone off. Jesus Christ. Poor people.
We gotta find out what went down. Sweet heavens above. Vaporized. Oh, brother. I thought Forvix was a tough break.
You're late, Phelps. Get delayed somewhere?
What in God's name happened here?
It wasn't nuclear. If it was, we'd all be dead from the radiation.
That's reassuring. What's radiation?
Everyone inside the factory was vaporized. I mean, look at the size of that crater.
What's going on over there?
The mayor is going on television, appealing for calm.
Television? Who can afford one of those things?
Anything to go on?
You're looking at the remains of Nicholson Electroplating. I have an idea of what might have caused the explosion, but I'm only guessing. Have a look around the rubble, see if you come up with anything.
I spilled coffee all over my dash when I heard the boom. You better find out what the hell happened. I almost shit my britches when I heard that boom.
Appreciate your help with those vultures around the corner. The scene's yours now. They can't start the cleanup till you're done combing over the place, Detective.
Phelps, I thought you were under suspension. I got nothing to say to a bum like you. I hope this had nothing to do with your seditious pinko friends, Phelps. Get me answers, Detective.
Out of the way, boy. I need to compose myself. You think this suit looks appropriate? Oh, who cares what you think? Get on with the investigation. No, I don't think I have time for you right now. Make an appointment with my assistant, Detective.
We don't have enough airtime to speak to both of you, kid. If we've got time to fill, maybe we'll take a comment on the explosion. Otherwise, we can't help you.
Don't touch the camera. You have any idea how much these things cost, Mac? Stay back.
That's it, Mr. Mayor. We're wrapped. Couple of hiccups, sir, but that's to be expected. Nobody's ever done this before. We'll get better with practice.
That maybe goes for me too, son. Should have played it a little more somber. What do you think, son?
No, Mr. Mayor. You came across as, very resolute.
Looks like all that's left. I can try the laundry tag. Tomoko Akamoto. Japanese name. Blew the locker open, but shielded the contents. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, only OSS agents use these things. We'll need to get the film developed to see if there's an espionage angle.
What is it?
A substitution cipher. The Germans used them in the war. These are cipher rings.
You know what to do with them?
Maybe. I used them in OCS. These first letters are the cipher key. The rest of the message should align itself. N-O-R-T-H. It's an address. 133 North Vermont Avenue. Any ideas, Herschel?
None that I care to utter for public consumption.
Any idea what this is?
A very large egg cup? A Viking helmet? How would I know, Phelps? Try putting it back together.
Looks to me like some kind of machine component. An airplane part, maybe.
Hey, Detective! I think I got something here.
Detective, you seen this yet? Come take a look.
Some sound that was. Go to work, Phelps. Plenty of people will want an explanation. I can honestly say I've never seen anything like this. Best get started.
This is crazy. Looks like a war zone. See what you can scrape together. When I first saw the cloud, I thought we were all done for. Let me know if you find any evidence of the VIX.
I'm Fred Nicholson.
This is your place?
What's left of it? 32 years of work up in smoke.
Can you tell us what happened here?
Our chief chemist, Harold McClellan, was using this area to test the new process.
And what exactly is this new process?
That's classified information, son.
We'll need a word. Has anyone accounted for him yet?
Not that I've heard, no, but look around you, kid. Do you like his chances?
A lot of people died here, Mr. Nicholson. I'm prepared to go to the press and tell them it was your fault. What is the new process?
A way to chemically polish aluminum. It's traditionally done by hand. It's extremely labor intensive. The process could be worth millions.
Tell us the truth, Mr. Nicholson. You're making bombs for the military, and this was some kind of an accident.
Your pitch is high and wide, kid. Look, we do plenty of work for the military and for aircraft manufacturers, but it's all polishing and plating. There are no bombs here. This was a very unfortunate accident. There's no need to be looking for conspiracies.
What can you tell us about McClellan?
A brilliant chemist. He approached me a few months ago with the idea for the new process.
So no one has ever done this before?
No, but it's legitimate research.
Does McClellan have any friends in town, Mr. Nicholson family, that we could talk to?
Well, he hadn't been in town long when we met, so no family. I don't think he had time for friends. He kept to his lab and his work.
So you thought McClellan could do what no one else could do. You were prepared to take that risk.
Look, he was a trained chemist, and his ideas could revolutionize electroplating.
And you would be rich.
I'm a businessman. What's wrong with turning a buck?
You blew up 6 blocks, and God knows how many people are dead.
I regret that.
That's laudable.
You sure this wasn't some kind of insurance play gone wrong? Come clean about it, Mr. Nicholson, and it will go better for everyone.
If you want to keep making ridiculous allegations, you can speak with my lawyer.
Who is Tomoko Akamoto?
Dr. McClellan's personal assistant. She came highly recommended.
By whom?
By Dr. McClellan. He insisted I hire her. Look, I know what you're going to say. But you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, do you?
So you hire a chemical whiz kid and his assistant without checking either one of them out.
Hindsight is a great thing, Detective. And I should have looked more closely at their references.
Akamoto was involved in industrial espionage. Was she working for you or for a foreign government?
That's a ridiculous assertion. How can you possibly say she was a spy?
How many of your other employees carry spy cameras in their handbags?
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, she was selling me out.
If she wasn't a foreign spy, who could she have been working for?
There could be other plating companies, but the big customers for the process are the aircraft manufacturers. Lockheed, Boeing, Hughes, North American. I got enough problems today, son, without you slinging conspiracy theories at me. What, foreign governments? Jesus Christ. This is some mess I got to clean up. I got no time for idle talk. Leave me be, Detective. I got to sort this mess out. What, you boys dazed from the explosion? You look kind of vacant. If we're done, Detective, I have the pieces to pick up here. Hey, aren't you supposed to be taking my statement, officer? I'm not taking this grief from you. Not now. You do me a favor, Detective. Get lost.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nicholson. Can you send us Dr. McClellan and Miss Akamoto's personnel files?
I will if I can find them.
By the way, we also found the collar of a shirt. It has a laundry tag.
They're likely to be Dr.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you speak to someone at the Army Air Force Base for me, please?
Of course, Detective.
Tell them I have what I believe is an aircraft part. It's polished metal, light for its size, and it looks like a cone of some sort. It's stamped on the inside. P&W Wasp Major R4360.
I'll get back to you, Detective, when you check in for messages. Anything else?
I need an address for Superior Laundry Services.
Closest store to your location is in Wilshire, 4766 Melrose Avenue.
Thanks for your help.
You think McClellan went up in smoke, or is he still alive?
You could ask the same question about Tomoko Akamoto.
I guess you could. You got an answer?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Well, well. Why the cloak and dagger routine, Miss Akamoto?
Let's get to the address you took off the code wheel thing. Find out what's there. I say we're not through at the mystery house yet, Cole. The one in North Vermont. Let's go back. Go on and take a look around. But be careful, huh? You know, Cole, I still think there might be something to that laundry tag. Call in if you want the address to the nearest Superior Laundry. Somebody turned the place over. We better watch our step. Do you think I could fit in there? I couldn't fit in there.
I'd like to think you would have had something more to say about getting shoved in a fridge, Herschel. One to the head, one to the heart. Point blank. Could be a class ring. Longines Lindbergh. Very expensive watch. Favored by flyboys. I always wanted one as a kid.
That's funny. As a kid, all I wanted was some food on the table.
Interesting design. Looks like we have a match.
Interesting dame, this Sakamoto. What is it exactly?
Microfilm. A document shrunk to the size of your thumbnail.
Broad must have amazing eyesight.
You know what this is, Biggs?
Sure. The department gives you one of those when you retire. Biggs, badge 525. I'll need a couple of black and whites at 133 North Vermont Avenue, Wilshire. We'll need an ambulance in the corner, and probably a team from technical services as well.
What do you need?
Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We have one of your laundry tags. Can you tell us who it might belong to?
Are you kidding? I got work to do, Mac. Here's the customer book. Knock yourself out.
Number was, J2620, Cole.
Thank you for all your help, sir. Who is Hangstrom? The number matches, but not with McClellan. Who is Hangstrom?
Could be someone else from the factory. Does he have an address?
No. Dead end.
Hey, you got the book. What more do you want? Come on, officers. I'm up to my neck in pants and shirts here.
I need an address for an Oscar Hangstrom.
Let's get down to the laundry and see if we can trace McClellan. I can't wait to see what he has in his icebox. The tag was a lucky find, Cole. We shouldn't waste the lead. Back to the laundry. Get the good oil from the guy at the desk. Check the number against his list, Cole. See whose lab coat the collar came off.
What have you got?
Looks like a drug overdose.
Get away from him, Phelps. This is my case.
Shut your fucking mouth! Since when does a bagman work a case?
I knew this creep was in on the morphine heist. Victim of his own product.
Hey, detective! Can we back it off a notch? This is getting out of hand.
There's a time to talk and a time to shut up. Now is the time to be quiet, son.
Courtney Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with the mayor, the DA, Monroe, and a certain crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off!
You finally lost it, partner.
I have a pretty good idea why Sheldon is dead. And I know about Monroe. Your vast, corrupt future is draining away as we speak.
I got better things to do than argue the rub with you.
Stay with him until the coroner gets here. Make sure technical services bags the evidence. If you let this creep anywhere near it, I'll come looking for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, Phelps, you're not the worst asshole going round.
Thanks, Herschel. Detective Phelps, badge 1247, messages, please. Can you put me through? We're on our way in.
Nix that. I got a message from Lindbergh Field. An airplane tech there identified your part.
What is it?
He said it was a prop spinner from either a Corsair or a B-50.
A what?
Fits over the center of the propeller and protects the pitch gearing.
So it's a military part.
Could be, but get this. The Spruce Goose runs 8 Wasp R-4360s. I think you better get over there and check it out.
We're on it.
Gamewell, we need to check for messages.
This is a military project, gentlemen. Can you state your business?
Detectives, Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We're investigating the explosion. We have reason to believe there may be a link to Hughes Aircraft.
I'm sorry, I can't help you there, detective. Without authorization from Military HQ, you won't be allowed onto this facility.
What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? Hey, Biggs, you're not still with the LAPD.
Afraid so, Mapes. Can you help us out here?
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
We're working the big explosion at the electroplating plant. We found a part there that belongs to one of your planes.
I work head of security for Mr. Hughes now. I'll take full responsibility. I'm sure we can clear this up. Follow me.
So long as you stay with Mr. Mapes, sir, you can enter. Mr. Mapes has security clearance. Go with him.
Go right through, but stay with Mr. Mapes. Watch yourself inside, sir. Don't wander off.
You heard the man. You could go. You're cleared for now.
Who is Mapes, and what's his connection to Howard Hughes?
Vernon Mapes used to work Advice. Word is he runs fuck pads for Hughes's starlets.
A pimp. Earl and Mapes would seem.
Mapes was the role model for creeps like Earl.
Follow me. Hey, I don't bite. Come on.
Good day, miss. Can that thing really fly?
Mr. Hughes believes so. Amazing, isn't she?
So, this is the Spruce Goose.
Jesus Christ, Biggs, you want to get me fired? Mr. Hughes hates that fucking name. It's the H-4 Hercules to you.
Do you mind answering a few questions, Mr. Mapes?
Call me Vernon, kid. Fire away.
Do you know anything about the explosion that happened at Nicholson Electroplating this morning?
No more than anyone else. Heard the boom while I was shaving. Almost shit my pants. Thought it was Pearl all over again.
But you have heard of the company?
Sure. We're in manufacturing. We work with suppliers.
But you had no personal contact with any of the employees. And you have no idea what caused the explosion.
I'm in security. I handle Mr. Hughes's personal interests, if you get my meaning. I'm not directly involved in manufacturing.
Nicholson Electroplating was working on a miracle process to polish aluminum. A process that was very advantageous to airplane manufacturers. You're denying that you knew about it.
It doesn't matter what I deny, kid. It matters what you can prove. You have some evidence that links me personally with Nicholson? Nice try, kid. You have any real concerns you want to bring up?
Do you know the chief chemist at Nicholson Electroplating, a Harold McClellan?
I've heard of the guy. He was pitching some fancy process to the company.
And were you interested?
The slide rules and lab coats are always interested. If he could get it to work.
Did Hughes have a contract with Nicholson?
Hey, kid, lose the tone. Hughes has contracts with every plating shop in L.A.
We'd like to discuss these contracts with Mr. Hughes.
This kid's a riot, Biggs. See Howard Hughes? Harry Truman has to make an appointment to see Howard Hughes.
We know that you were sending parts to Nicholson for testing. Question is whether you were going through Nicholson or cutting your own deal with McClellan.
Interesting theory, kid. How you going to prove any of that?
We found a prop spinner in the wreckage. We believe it belongs to this aircraft.
We sent them some aluminum parts to test. Howard and the Boffins were interested in this guy McClellan's theories. If McClellan was cutting out Nicholson, that's not our problem. I never had a little book like that in my day. I banked it all upstairs. I also avoided jumping to conclusions.
Do you know Tomoko Akamoto?
Never heard of the broad. Why?
Well, at the moment, both Akamoto and McClellan are missing. Do you still carry a gun?
Sure. I have a permit.
You don't happen to wear an LAPD tie pin, do you, Mapes?
Sometimes. I have a couple of them from my days on the force.
Akamoto is an industrial spy. She's on your payroll.
Thing of beauty, isn't she? Ah, well, you probably got places to be. Anytime you two want some night security work, just give me a call. I did the same thing when I first saw the plane. I was staring wide-eyed for a full hour. You need a drink or something, detective? Wait a second. Didn't you want to talk? See, now you hurt my feelings. I've said all I'm going to say.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Mapes. Do you mind if we have a look around while we're here?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
You want to take a look inside her? Can't hurt. Get a load of these engines. You think that cone could have come off one of them? Looks like Mapes' office is in the far corner. Let's go see what he's hiding. That is Marie the Body McDonald.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
Sure is. You know your motors.
Do you mind if I take a look at the prop spinner?
We're getting her ready for sea trials, so be quick about it.
What is the oily covering on the metal?
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
McClellan's process was going to replace all this.
You a flyboy during the war? Yeah, I'll see you around. I could chat about this stuff all day, pal, but I got work needs doing.
Great.
Latitude 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. Longitude 76 degrees, 0 minutes west.
Don't you need coordinates or something for that thing, Cole? You're flying blind.
Let's see where this is exactly. The Bahamas. Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned. 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. 76 degrees west. Thanks for the tour, Mapes.
Always happy to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers? You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy, Vernon.
So McClellan was selling his new process to Hughes and cutting out Nicholson.
Looks that way. But this would never go all the way up to Hughes. He would have middlemen dealing with stuff like this.
Someone like Mapes?
The word middleman was invented for guys like Mapes. The cone traces back to Hughes Aircraft, right? Well, let's get there. We need to get back and hit Hughes's place a little harder. Looks like Mapes is our ticket in. Stay on them, Cole. They won't take kindly to us sneaking off. What do you say we take a look around inside the plane? Check Mapes' office, but easy does it. You find something, he could turn nasty pretty quick. We should search the hangar. Something tells me we won't get another chance to tour around in here. Talk to Mapes, Cole. He knows plenty, but he's going to do his best not to give you squat. Let's see what Pinker has for us. He's probably done tinkering with that camera by now.
Any messages for me, Hopkins? Nothing else.
Pinker wants you in tech services. Maybe you'll be more popular downstairs. Pinker sounded pretty hepped up. You best go down.
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you know.
Where do you stand?
I think you're a good cop, but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out of politics, Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs.
I've come to see the master criminal captured on film. I think you're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
Very funny.
You can use the magnifier. There's quite a lot of detail.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator, and playboy, and Vernon Mapes, ex-dirty cop and business fixer. I found a similar tie pin along with a dead guy in a fridge. The ring and the watch are a match for our John Doe. He's obviously the competitive bid. Can you get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy?
It's already on its way.
Excellent photography, Tomoko. So Tomoko had the goods on McClellan. Too bad they blew the place to hell. Is this McClellan? Can anyone make out the street number behind him?
Are you kidding? With my eyesight?
This is the same house that Mapes had in the photograph in his office. Looks like you're not the only one with a bag of tricks, right? McClellan's patent application. So we have McClellan raising a patent and selling to Hughes, and Akamoto copying the details for Lockheed. Where does that leave Nicholson?
With a great big hole in the ground.
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. One drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the petri dish. It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
Can you guys knock it off? Everyone's still jumpy from that bang this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took a couple years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using a 100-gallon vat.
You better go, Phelps, before Ray gets any more ideas. Biggs, take the master criminal here and get moving.
We need Ray, Cole. Can't make this case unless we know exactly what sent the factory up. Back to the station. Best check in at the front desk before we do anything else. Come on, Cole. Ray's a busy guy, and he's waiting on us with this report. Take a look at Akamoto's pictures. See what you can see. I'm not touching Ray's science fair project. He wants you to do it. Go on. This place stinks of petroleum.
Avgas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor. Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man. Hangstrom is flying today on TWA.
Hangstrom is dead, Cole. Why leave your ticket behind?
Mapes is cleaning up.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now! Over here, the window! Get out of there! Look, by the stove! Shoot the gas line, Cole! We're out of here! Fuck. There you are, shitheel. Come on, he's not getting away from us. Shit. Hughes security men, Cole. Stay on Mapes. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker. Let's see you run now, Vernon. Time to clean Vernon off the slate. I say we get over to the house and see what we can find. Then we see the DA for a warrant on Mapes. The house links McClellan and Mapes is one step away from Hughes. The place is important. We need to go back. There's got to be some big puzzle pieces here, partner. We just have to find them.
You're going to have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes. The guy had good, honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps, but between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade. 6 city blocks gutted. 17 people dead. God knows the cost in property damage and public hysteria. And instead of running down leads, bringing your commanding officer and the people of this city an explanation for this tragedy,
Cap,
get back out on the street and inflate our numbers.
We're going to have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight, Cole. He wants to play cat and mouse? Fine. Let's go and get his ass.
All right, then. Let's see if those clean, sparkly badges of yours can stop a fucking bullet. Come and get me.
Jesus! What are we supposed to do now, Cole? That's fucking no man's land out there.
I need to get close enough for a shot. Herschel, can you cover me?
All right. Just watch your step and keep your fucking head down. Flank him, Cole! Hit him from behind!